Hey Clashers, the Super Archer Blimp is still incredibly strong, and it is still the easiest strategy to get 3 stars in Clash of Clans. The follow-up for this one is going to be Root Riders in combination with Druids, and we're using Super Barbarians as a supportive troop because they're still incredibly strong. As well, equipment-wise, not really that much has changed since from before the balance changes to the equipments. Still, Gauntlet with Rage Vial. For the Queen, it is double epic, which is just insane. You can replace the Frozen Arrow with the Healer Puppet if you want to, and you can as well replace the Mirror with the Invisibility Vial if you have not leveled it up. That's completely fine. With the Warden, we're still going with the same equipment as before those balance changes, Eternal Tome and the Rage Vial, and then as well for the Royal Champion, we're still going with the Hot Riders and with the Haste Vial. So pretty classic setup when it comes down to the equipments when we're talking about what were the best equipments before the update. So I will just show you how you can play still this super simple yet strong strategy. So let's dive in. Okay, Clashes, let's start things off with this base. Pretty normal base, right? Like I think this base is quite popular. So how do we approach this? With the Super Archer Blimp, you have different approaches, obviously. You can go for the Town Hall with a Blimp, but you can go as well from the opposite side for something like Far Side when there is really solid value. The question now is, what are we going to do with this base? I feel like the biggest issue here is that if we go for the Town Hall, I have no pathing to the core because this base is anti-Root Rider, and that's why we're going to a Blimp, I think, from this angle. So I want to land in between the 2 elixir storages, and this then makes sure that we can go from the far side. We get good value, but the Town Hall is kind of like on the back end, which should be alright. That should be no problem. So do like this, turn things invisible again. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So far, so good. And that's another thing, like I want to make sure that we're taking down as much as possible from that core, because I think otherwise it would become really tricky to get access to that. That's the concept here. That's why I'm going for this Blimp instead of going for the Town Hall, for example. As well, we have set up really good pathing, so that's like the next step for us now. Get in there with our heroes and everything. We can do, I would just do 1 minion and 1 barbarian. We have still all of the loons left, which we can use as well. Let's do 2 druids already because there's quite a bit of damage. So we get into the monolith nice and quick. And then let's see how those root riders are going to path and everything. But as I said, the core on this specific base is really annoying to get into. And we have no wall breaks. We're relying on our root riders to open up the entire base. So that is something we have to keep in mind when deciding to go for any type of Blimp. Currently, it's exactly what I thought. The core is getting completely ignored, so we have to be careful with that. Maybe send the Royal Champion in there in a later stage of the attack. But so far, I think we're good to go with just reinforcing the outside. Let's just do more droids to hopefully keep that Warden alive. That would be quite appreciated, not gonna lie. Yes, nice, Warden staying alive. And now the question is, I think that Royal Champ has to go to the core. That Multi-Inferno Tower has to go down. Now let's use that Warden ability to keep everything else alive. And then slowly make our way towards the Town Hall, right? So like that's the next step. Royal Champion clearing out the core. Amazing. We still have the freeze, which we can use, I think, after that spare tower is triggered. I think that's for us the go time then. Yep, that's exactly what I mean. We can still use that King ability, which we have the Royal Champion ability. Let's use that King. So he's going to clear a lot of that top compartment. The Queen should help quite a bit as well. That's amazing. Royal Champion coming in. We can do more Super Barbarians on the outside. Archer, Headhunter for the cleanup as always. Royal Champion ability doing her thing. And this base is gone. And that's like really the thing. You have to take a look at the pathing of the Root Riders. And that's like the most important thing as well when then you're having the decision of where you're going to play your Blimp. Because as I said, let's imagine we would have gotten the entire top compartment. If we send our Root Riders in from this top left, like from this left side, that would go into this compartment, to this compartment, to this compartment, this. Like they would just go around this core. And for me, it would be really hard to actually take down the core because we have no wall breaks, we have no jump whatsoever. And with the entire core alive, I don't think the Royal Champ on her own could take everything out. And that's like the thing. You have to make sure, understanding where those Root Riders are going, and then depending on that, Blimp, so that you're creating pathing for your troops. But let's move forward to the next attack, and let's see if we maybe find some poison tower bases, because they typically are the most challenging for this attack strategy. Okay, a really exposed Town Hall, but we have those poison towers, not protecting the town as much, But the question now is, do we actually go for the town hall? We could go like next to the town hall, which should work all right. This would be the other obvious location, but which is like obviously it's covered by the poison tower and by the bomb tower, which makes this angle way worse. So I would just say, let's just go for the town hall. I would go from the bottom side because the top side there is the king, which could make sure that, well, it's really annoying then for us to get those super archers onto the town hall because he might distract. Let's just do this. Open the blimp. 1, 2, 3, 4. Make sure everything is deployed. 3, 4. Let's get those ice golems out of the way. Now again, some of those archers are following, but that's okay. Typically you want to deploy the archer earlier, which is supposed to lure everything away. But yeah, so I think value is okay. Value is pretty solid. So now let's get the job done and finish things off with my heroes. Get everything in here. Titan. We still have some loons, which is quite nice. So that's for sure really, really nice. Maybe we can take down the Singing Inferno Tower actually. Let's just try that. Let's see if there's any traps. Make sure that our troops are staying alive. Always with those droids, it really depends on how much damage there is. And then you kind of have to react and decide when to use more droids. Let's use the War and Peace right now. I think we covered everything, which means the monolith is covered as well. This did not work. That's unfortunate. But hey, it is what it is. We can send in the Royal Champ from this side. Let's do the next 2 droids. As well, some more Super Barbarians for the outside for the distraction. Let's use the King ability. Root Riders are hopefully going to open. Yes, they do for the core. That's amazing. Let's use the Queen ability nice and early. Not to redirect any defenses, but more to generate more Archer Queens. And that DPS is highly appreciated because I think that core, they're going to wreck everything. Take a look at this. 3 Archer Queens. They're just going through all of those defense like it's nothing. It's kind of crazy. With the King still tanking in his Phoenix form. That's amazing. Let's use that Royal Champ ability. We have some of those Super Barbarians to distract outside defenses. So you have the Headhunter, that's going to be used for the backhand, for the defending king then. Royal Champ going crazy, Queen staying alive for now. And with the Frost Arrow, things look good as well. Let's now try to start to distract that defending multi-archer tower. But yeah, this base is again just gone. This is no problem whatsoever, because we have again that Headhunter, and that is going to completely wreck that defending king with our barbarians together. And like, actually, I'm always surprised how flexible you are with that Super Archer Blimp, because you can go for the Town Hall, obviously, as we just did. You can go for the far side, as we did in the first attack, for like something different. You can go for a lot of different openings with that Super Archer Blimp. And with this strategy, I feel like the only challenge, especially going with those Root Riders in, is like time. That's the biggest challenge for sure, which you have to always keep in mind. Make sure that your attacks are quick, but hey, worked out yet again. So let's do it one more time and see what we find next. Okay, we have the next base, and that is now, again, a double poison tower base, but this is super compact, which typically is really good for Super Archer Blimp. So let's get this done. How do we do this, though? I think I would love to land on that Royal Champion platform, I think. As well, I want to make sure that archers are not, like, or any Clank House troop which could come out, is not going to distract our troops. So that's why we're going to use one archer here. Now the Hound. With the Blimp. And the Loons. Poison should get triggered by that Lava Hound, exactly. And now we're going to open here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just like this. 1, 2, 3, and 4. This looks perfect so far. And again, count to 4, just to make sure that we're not losing our Super Archers. The town would be amazing though, by the way, Super Archers, so please go for that. Amazing, you guys are great. And now, well, those girls can just clean things up. Do we get the multi-arch tower? We do not, but that's fine. Let's now go into the Eagle side, because that's always a really important entry point for us. One here, then now the Titan. Ice Golems are annoying, but we have a Titan on our side, which is fine. Let's just use one droid in the Rage Aura. He should do amazing work for us. We have a Singing Inferno Tower close by, which we have to be careful. But I think that should be alright. Let's do some cleaning on this side. Root Riders are going now into the core. Let's use that one. We did not catch that one Root Rider which got targeted by the Inferno Tower. That's unfortunate. That was not how things were supposed to go. Yeah, let's just use the freeze right here. I do not want to lose every single Root Rider already in the beginning. That would be not good. We still have the Royal Champion. Let's use her. Should we use her already? I would just use her right away. And 9 Super Bavarians which you can use. We have 1 minion as well. Can we already deploy it somewhere? We could, but I think we can still wait as well. Let's use that King ability so he's keep tanking, growing in size, beating some walls, dealing already damage to the buildings behind, which is what the King with the Gauntlet does, right? And now, yeah, this just looks amazing. The cannon even is distracted by our Titan, which means the Royal Champions just keep moving forward. Yeah, that base is just crushed. Let's just use the Queen at this point because otherwise, like, remember, the clones are staying there for quite some time. And if we do use that ability too late, it's kind of wasted then, right? So we do want to have the entire duration. But either way, that last building is going down. And that's going to be a nice 3-star for us. And you really clearly see it is right now the easiest strategy, yet just really, really powerful. It has some certain risk with it. So if you're maybe struggling with some other strategies, you can for sure take this risk of playing this type of Super Archer Blimp. Because if the Super Archer Blimp fails, obviously it's going to be a really rough time to recover. But if the Blimp is landing even close to the target where you want it to land, you have seen those attacks. It's looking great, and you will do as well great to get your 3 stars or at least a really, really high 2-star. And, well, give it a try if you want to. The strategy link is down below in the description. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys back tomorrow with the next one. Until then, see ya and bye-bye.